The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the audio show.
All right, friends. So after you legitimize a child in Georgia, the biological father gains full legal parental rights, including the ability to request custody and visitation, the duty to pay child support, and the establishment of mutual inheritance rights. What that means, friends, is that it's as simple as this. At this point, Anthony has no rights. We're going to show it to you. All right, so I do the best I can when I talk about these skits because at the end of the day, I feel like, there's much for us to see from it and to learn from it. And I try to see if I can get into it as best as possible. Angelina is upset, Shayla upset, and they have reason to be upset. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Shayla.
Mom, I did it. I called her. And you know what? I asked her, I said, you as a mother, if nothing else, I expect you as a mother to understand that nobody should ever be taking your child out of state. Y'all didn't lost y'all mind. And she was like, oh, I didn't. Yes, you did. You in the house with him every single day.
All right, so Shayla is right that Anthony cannot take the child across state lines, right, without her because he has no rights, okay? And so the word of the day is legitimation, okay? That's the process, in Georgia that you do this, legitimizing the child, unless he has rights to do so. Now, if Anthony had legitimation done where he has parental rights, then he could have done this and it would have been no issue at all, right? Like I said today on the live, different parenting styles call for different things. I would not tell you if I have rights to take the kid out of town. I don't have to tell you because I don't want you to police my parenting time and I wouldn't police your parenting time. But I do understand that that is subjective to how people feel about parenting.
You knew that he took my baby and didn't tell you or didn't tell me. And you knew it. And I was like, oh, she want to be like, oh, well, me and my baby daddy, we have a different situation. I don't care about you or your baby daddy. She's like, I don't need this. She's like, I don't need this energy. I'm planning a party for my mom. Like, I don't give a damn about your mom, your grandma, your uncle. Where is my son? Where is my son at?
Okay. So,
Ooh, they got me hot.
listen to me now. I'm glad that listen, I have prepared you for this situation your entire life.
Has she been prepared for the situation her entire life? My question is, are they going to call the police? That's my question. Because I want them to call the police. I'm at the place where I really want them to call the police because I feel like I want Anthony to get a jail lesson. Because if he don't get a jail lesson, then he won't get any better. But how she prepared her for this entire which means that when she was smaller, Angelina was telling her, when you have a baby, this is what you're going to do. Angelina and her coats, boy, I swear.
Now, let me tell you, it has to be escalated. And I'm going to say this to you, but what I'm going to say to you, I do not need you to take it up over the top. I need you to be strategic about what you do. You need to pack a bag. Get in your car, take a flight, whatever you need to do. Let me know how you're going to do it. And you need to get to Kentucky and go get my grandson. Because this game that she and Anthony are playing is a very dangerous game. And I am not playing at all about where my grandson is. He does not have the right to do that. I don't care if that is his father. I don't care what he thinks he can do.
So he doesn't have the right to do it because the child has not been legitimized. That's number one. That's why. And this is how I knew that the lines, this skit was already recorded. They had to give us a skit today because they realized that basically if they didn't state that, then people could assume anything. That's why I said myself and yourself had to make them give us the lines. They had to give it to us. Because if they didn't give it to us, we would have assumed otherwise. Listen to the lines. These were already recorded. I already know these were recorded already. That's what's going on.
You are not going to take my grandson and take him across state lines.
Exactly.
Because as stupid as that girl is, we have no idea who these hood boogers are that could be doing anything. We don't know, and we don't want our baby around them.
Okay.
Especially without just saying, hey, here's what you need to do. I'm planning on doing this. Is this okay? That's a totally different situation.
You're right.
Just doing it, violating your trust,
And that's how I knew when I was talking to people that Shayla was never going to say yes. And that's why you need rights, because a mother will be able to say exactly what you can and can't do. This was kind of some of the points that I was trying to raise with people. That's exactly why you need rights, because if you don't have no rights, then what will happen is that a mother will be able to tell you when you can or can't move. And you can't live your life like that. That was the point of my discussion yesterday coming into today.
Figure out how you're going to get there, and you go get my grandbaby. No violence, please. Please.
I can't promise you that, Mom. I'm sitting here thinking my son is down the street, Mom. I'm thinking he's in Georgia at least. If they would have said they took him to Lake Lanier, I wouldn't be okay with that either. But I'm trusting Anthony with my son, and he gonna take.
So listen to what she said again. Even if they said they were taking him to Lake Lanier, she should have said no. Do you see what's happening? In other words, she's saying she should have taken control of him anyways. Anyway, this was my point. So my lives to men that get your rights in order and in check is to make sure you're safeguarded against things like those, where when a parent, right, in this case, i.e. a mother, decides how she feels that particular day, that, oh, you know what, I don't think you should do this today. So guess what? I'm going to cramp your plans. You can have the law on your side. That's the point.
The state, not even bring it up to me, not even mention it. You're right. I'm going to get my baby. I'm going to get my son, and I'm going to show them.
Shayla, promise me. Because if you get locked up or something happens, I'm going to have to come up there.
I don't care what happens at this point, because they don't care what happens. I don't care. They're the ones doing the crime, and Denisha's an accessory to the crime.
So basically, they want Denisha locked up. They're trying to use this as like we have locking Denisha up. They're trying to get Denisha locked up as much as possible. Boy, the lobster. Well, Denisha hasn't cooked lobster in a while now, so maybe she needs to be locked up as well too for not cooking. It is what it is. Again, the word of the day, friends. Legitimation. It is what it is.
So I don't care at all. Like you said, Mom, all bets are off. You take my son out of state, I'ma show you. I'ma let you know. I'm about to go up there. I'm about to go up there right now. Thank you, Mom. I'm about to go.
Friends, again, Shayla is right. For the first time, I cannot believe I have to say Shayla is right. Cannot believe I have to actually say this. You know how painful this is for me to say that Shayla is actually right. You know how painful it is, but I have to take it. It's what it is. I'm a fair commentator, and I'm going to give you fair analysis. At this point in time, she's right. Then he should have said something, because he has no right to do it. He has no right to do it, and so I cannot violate. Just like I don't want to violate the man's rights, I wouldn't want to violate the woman's rights. And her right in this is to know exactly where her child is going at any given time. You can't take him anywhere that she hasn't, approved, because right now she is the one with the custodial rights at this point. Now, when he gets the legitimizing done and the legitimation done, then him can have rights and him can decide what happens with Kai. But as of right now, he can't decide anything. But give me your take, like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to you soon.